Hey guys, welcome to Red50. Thank you for tuning into another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I own a 2019 Mustang GT and make Mustang related content and also general automotive content. If you share the same passion of cars as me, please consider subscribing for future videos. I recently made a video of the paddle shifters tutorial with my Mustang GT that kind of covers the basics of the paddle shifters, how to properly upshift and downshift without damaging your car. So if you haven't checked that video out, I'll leave a link in the description, or you can also click the card above. So that video kind of got me thinking about paddle shifters specifically for the Mustang. While the take rate for the manual transmission Mustang is relatively high, autos still take significant amount of share for Mustang sales. Now before we dive into the video, I want to clarify something. If you're purely looking for driver engagement and fun factor, manual is still the king. However, autos have gotten much more common these days, and there are various reasons why someone wants to pick an automatic transmission over manual. For Mustang specifically, there's a debate of MT82 versus 10R80. I think if we had a Tremec as an option like the Camaro does, things would be a lot more different, because MT82, even in its stock form, has questionable reliability. And if you're going for a high horsepower build, I think for the most part 10R80 or even a 6R80 holds better power. And there are personal reasons as to why someone wants to pick up an automatic transmission over a manual transmission. Mainly I could think of daily, if your car is going to be your daily driver, you deal with the commute with a lot of stop and go traffic, it may not be the ideal fit for you. Or if you share your car with your spouse or someone else, they may not know how to drive manual transmission, so you kind of have to compromise. So with that being said, let's dive right into the video. In this video I'll be covering the fun factor of the paddle shifters, the responsiveness of the paddles, and my overall thoughts on the paddle shifters for the Mustang. So let's discuss the fun factor. Automatic transmissions have been faster than manual as of recent, and that's excluding the dual clutch transmission. We're talking about just the regular autos. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you avoided automatic transmission in your sporty cars because they couldn't hold much power and were always eager to shift to the highest gear. Not to mention they were really slow to shift. In this day of technology and advancement to the computers in our cars, all of the above issues have been resolved to an extent. Automatic transmissions constantly put better numbers than the manual counterparts, but unfortunately we don't live at the track or even go to the autocross 24/7. So it's important to know how much fun factor paddle shifters can add to your Mustang. While it won't replace the true driver engagement or the fun factor of a manual transmission, I think it does a pretty great job at adding back some of the fun factor on my Mustang. In my case, it has been the perfect compromise. I drive a lot in stop and go traffic, so my car seems pretty effortless going through traffic, but the paddle shifters allow me to have fun on the back roads and windy roads by kind of selecting my own gears and revving it out, just like this. Now let's talk the responsiveness on the paddle shifters for the Mustang. Paddle shifter's responsiveness is generally dependent on various different things, such as the transmission type and the computer tuning. It even differs from car to car, so in an economy car such as Toyota Camry, the pedals aren't going to be as responsive because that's not their primary objective. While in higher end cars such as AMGs, M's, and supercars, the response is going to be near instant. I would say the Mustang kind of falls between those two categories. I wouldn't call it instant, but it's not slow either. Let me put it out there, if you're trying to race someone, it's not going to win you any races. There will always be slight delay from when you tell the computer shift and when the actual gear changes. So for racing purposes, you're better off leaving your car in Sport Plus mode and let the computer do its thing. But for spirited driving, I think it's perfect. So if you're on the back road or just trying to have fun with your car, the delay isn't really noticeable. My only complaint with the paddle shifters on the Mustang is the delay from the first to second gear shift. I don't know if that's there for safety purposes for your drivetrain or maybe traction, but there's a significant delay when you do that shift. Take a look at it. As you saw from that clip, there's a good 1 to 2 second delay before that shift happens, which is kind of annoying, especially if you're using paddle shifters in manual mode and you're coming to a stopping point, it shifts it down to 1 for you automatically. But when you're trying to go up, you always have to deal with this 1 to 2 delay, which kind of takes a little bit of fun out of it, but other shifts are just fine. With that being said, I think the paddle shifters are a great addition to automatic Mustangs. They add the fun factor back to the Mustang and can be really fun to use during spirited driving. At least in my case, they have been the perfect compromise I was looking for, because during the traffic and stop and go, I don't have to worry about manual transmission, and paddle shifters let me do something like that. Or my favorite, the down one. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and consider subscribing to Red50 for more content. If you enjoyed the exhaust clips in the video, then here's a Course Extreme playlist for you. Enjoy.